Coming up on today's Disney Roundup, the coronavirus shuts down all of Disney's parks and experiences. We have details for the opening of Avengers Campus, and the live-action Mulan's release date has been postponed. I have all that and more coming up right here on the DRU. Hey, it's Jeff everyone, and welcome to the Disney Roundup, where I bring you up to date on what's going on with the Walt Disney Company and Disney parks each and every single week. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me so you can stay up to date with the Disney Roundup and check out some other cool videos I'll be posting. And in fact, you can download the Disney Roundup on podcast. You can download the Disney Roundup on Apple Podcast and on Spotify. And this week, we're going to start off with parks news because there is major news regarding the Disney parks, and that is just over this past week it became just one after the other where Disney parks and experiences started closing, leading to every Disney park in the world being closed. Disney Cruise Lines have also suspended departures, and since announced on Monday, Disney Resorts, Disney Springs, and Downtown Disney will be closed as well. Of course, this all being because of the coronavirus coming to the United States and starting to spread throughout the country. So pretty much everything is closed now, but official date-wise, Disneyland closed starting March 14th. Walt Disney World closed on March 15th. And both gave very emotional farewells, and it's really hard to see that, especially with it gave all of the cast members and characters waving goodbye to guests as they were leaving the park. It's very, very emotional to see if you haven't seen any of those videos yet. But yes, very emotional as they wave goodbye. And as for right now, the parks are set to be closed until the end of the month. That's just the domestic parks now, so Disneyland parks and Walt Disney World are set to be closed until the end of the month for now. I expect that they probably may be closed a little bit longer. I think a month maybe. So probably around this time in April, we may see them back open, but honestly, who knows with how things change day to day, honestly. But additionally, with the parks, Walt Disney World Resort hotels are temporarily closing starting March 20th. Downtown Disney and Disney Springs are closing starting March 17th. And additionally, the college program members have been sent home as this period of the Disney College program has been terminated. So that's very sad to see as well, because I know a lot of people look forward and have their sights set on doing the Disney College program before they graduate from college. So it's very sad to see that something that you've probably looked forward to while maybe your whole life, or like just going to college and finally getting that experience, is taken away from you. But additionally, to full-time cast members, to my knowledge, will still be paid during this time. As for part-time employees, I do not believe they will, which is very sad to hear. Also, to cover on Disney Transportation, which includes, of course, the monorail, the new Disney Skyliner, the buses, the Disney minivans. Transportation has all been suspended, which will start the day this video goes up on Wednesday, March 18th. The Disney Transportation will not be available. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything in Walt Disney World will be closed, which is just crazy to see. There's a little bit of a conversation I'm having this week compared to last week when talking about the coronavirus, as it was just kind of working its way into the United States. Ever since last Wednesday, to my knowledge, it started to get real serious real fast. And to me, it started when the NBA, the National Basketball Association, started off by canceling games. Of course, they had players that were diagnosed with that tested positive for the coronavirus, which led to canceling of games that night and also the suspending of their season for the time being. To me, that's what set the tempo for everyone else, because you just saw all of these sports leagues started to cancel their seasons, like the NCAA, others, and then what led to Disney parks of temporarily closing their parks, resorts, experiences, everything. Honestly, there's really not a whole lot to say about it right now is just, except it's very, very sad. I mean, the worst part about this compared to other hardships and times that we've had in the world is that usually with Disney parks, or like I mentioned, the NBA, like with sports, that's our gateway, our outlet to relieve ourselves from the real world that we're living in now, of going to a different place and having that taking that burden off of us. But with the parks being closed, it's just sad to see. And of course, too, all the people that work in the industry, like within sports or with Disney, especially part-time employees, and they're not going to be paid during this time. It's just all very sad to hear. But as I mentioned, for the time being, everything will be closed until the end of the month, and there's no official word yet, to my knowledge, if construction or other current projects like painting the castle will continue during this time. But subscribe to my channel and stay tuned to the Disney Roundup. I will keep you posted on that. Like I said, I could see the parks opening in a month from now, but with how everything changes pretty much on a daily basis, it's really difficult to say. And last week, we also got an official opening date for the Avengers Campus coming to Disney California Adventure, and that will be this summer on July 18th. And credit that's permitting that everything gets passed with the coronavirus and nothing gets pushed back. But with the Avengers Campus, it is inviting you to team up with the Avengers and their allies in a fully immersive land at Disney California Adventure. Avengers Campus will open with the following experiences, one being the Worldwide Engineering Brigade, which is also known as the Web, and this is the Spider-Man attraction, which is now being called Web Slingers, which a Spider-Man adventure that invites guests to put on their web slinging skills to the test, blend of 3D and new interface, which allows guests to go on a mission and experience what's like to have superpowers and sling webs alongside Spider-Man. And reprising his role as Spider-Man in the land and in the attraction will be none other than Tom Holland, who played Spider-Man in Marvel's The Avengers. He was Spider-Man in Civil War and Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home, all of those. So everything that Disney has done with Spider-Man and Marvel, Tom Holland. Also opening alongside the Web Slingers attraction will be the Web Supplier Store, where you'll be able to find the latest web inventions, including an interactive spider bots like the ones you'll see in Web Slingers attraction, a specially designed backpack to carry the spider bots when they are not in action, a Spider-Man light-up goggles, and take-home Spider-Man web kit, and Funko Pop vinyl figures of Spider-Man and Iron Man themselves. Also opening with Avengers Campus will be the P.I.M. Test Kitchen, which will be a food innovation science lab where the food and drinks tell the story, just as Ant-Man and the Wasp use P.I.M. particles to grow and shrink just about anything. Items here include shareable bites, innovative-sized entrees, and sweet treats. Oversized beer, craft beer, and P.I.M. particle-infused cocktails experiments will be available as well. There's also the Shawarma Palace, which is the Avengers' favorite shawarma joint in New York. Here you can enjoy shawarma-inspired snacks at this food cart, which is decked out in memorabilia. And there's also the Terran Treats food cart, which is a weird and wonderful menu of intergalactic eats by Tanelier Tivan. I hope I pronounced that right. Also in the land, you'll be able to have hero encounters with Iron Man, Captain Marvel, Black Widow, Doctor Strange, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Panther, Thor, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and even villains like Loki. Iron Man here will be debuting his new armor in Avengers Campus, being the Mark 80, and Spider-Man, of course, will be swinging into high action above the Avengers Campus, as Disney Parks shared just about a month ago with the flying animatronic, or what they're calling the Stunttronic, which looks really cool. I just hope everything goes well with that, because this is just part of me. I could see some disasters happening with that, but hopefully that doesn't. And of course, also being a part of Avengers Campus will be Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, which is currently over at Disney California Adventure. It was formerly the Hollywood Tower of Terror out there, but they did a Guardians of the Galaxy overlay on that and turned that into Mission Breakout, which personally I enjoy a lot more than Tower of Terror. Just my personal preference. I'm really looking forward to Avengers Campus. I hope it does open on time, and I'm have to start planning my trip to go out there and check it all out. But if you're looking forward to Avengers Campus, let me know in the comments down below. And this week I have no outside the parks news, so I'm going straight to company news now. First news I have to break is that the release of the live action Mulan will be postponed. And this is in response to the coronavirus. Disney will be postponing the debut of the live action Mulan. The original release date was scheduled to be March 27th of this year, which is just under 10 days away of when I will be posting this video. And a new date or time frame for the release has not been announced yet, and probably won't until things start to get situated, which is a real bummer. I do think they will release it sometime this year, but hopefully it's just sooner than later. Other than the spread of the coronavirus, part of me believes that they really want to hold off and wait until everything gets situated and everybody can attend the theaters for this movie, because they want this movie to do exceptionally well, and that being because, of course, the first animated movie of Mulan didn't do so well overseas, and I think they're really expecting it to do well overseas, especially in China. But I'm not sure if there's a specific time frame on which they have to release Mulan into theaters. I don't know how the technicality works, or if there's any specific date or time frames that they have to get the movie out by. But I think a cool suggestion that I could possibly see Disney doing is, if they can't get it into theaters when they need to, that they could release it on Disney Plus, but have it as an additional charge. Like, I'm not sure if anybody's aware on how ESPN Plus works, but if you want to order pay-per-views off ESPN Plus, like a UFC pay-per-view, you have to subscribe, be a ESPN Plus member, but you have to pay the additional charge for the pay-per-view as well. So I could see them possibly doing something similar to that with Mulan, but who knows? Just a suggestion. Let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. If Mulan was released on Disney Plus, but you had to pay an extra like $15 for it, would you do it? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And last week, Disney and Pixar have released a new trailer for the upcoming movie Soul. Soul is focused around a middle school band teacher who is Joe Gardner, who gets the chance of a lifetime to play at the best jazz club in town, but is taken from the streets of New York to the Great Before, which is a fantastical place where new souls get their personalities, quirks, and interests before they go to Earth. In an attempt to return back to Earth, he teams up with Soul number 22 and ends up teaching 22 how great the human life is and some of its most important questions, and overall, from what I've been told, what it means to have a soul. But I'm really looking forward to this movie. This movie right now is scheduled to come out June 19th this year of 2020. Credit that's permitted with how things move going in the future with the coronavirus. Hopefully this movie comes out on time. I do think this will be the best movie Disney and Pixar put out this year. I'm really looking forward to that. But I will leave a link to that trailer in the description, but also let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think this will be the best movie Disney puts out in 2020? Let me know in the comments down below. And just a quick note I want to make is that if you haven't heard already, but Frozen 2 is now on Disney Plus. Following the coronavirus spreads coming to the United States, the Walt Disney Company announced that Frozen 2 would be added to Disney Plus starting Sunday, March 15th. This being 3 months ahead of its initial date it was scheduled to be added. And I think the main reason they did this is because, well, one, they knew a lot of people are practicing the social distancing thing now, and they're going to be home. There's not a lot on, like I mentioned, there's no sports on. They can't go to the parks. So they decided to add the highest grossing animated film of all time to their platform, which I like. And I've already watched Frozen 2 since it's been on Disney Plus. And personally, I like Frozen 2 better than the original. Just me. But yes, if you haven't checked out Frozen 2, it's on Disney Plus. And let me know if you're going to be checking that out in the comments down below. Alright everyone, well that's all I have for you for this week's episode of the Disney Roundup. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit that like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to receive the Disney Roundup each and every single week. And just a reminder, you can download the Disney Roundup on podcast now. You can download the Disney Roundup on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Well that's all I have for you for this week, and until next time, we'll see you on the DRU.